All right, shalawam. First off, I want to say all praises to Yahawah, bahasham Yahawashi, bahasham Kudash. Double honors to our apostles and elders at GMS, to the elect doing the work in sincerity and in truth, shalawam. This GMS Precepts and Zar Chud here. And I got an article here from thesun.com, and title says, Gun Ambush, a top Spanish politician shot in the face in attempted assassination by gunmen on a motorbike on a street in Madrid. Detectives are hunting for two suspects who fled on a motorbike. Yeah, so I mean, that one scripture that should come to mind is in the Apocrypha. Second Ezra's, I believe, is 15. It might be the 16th chapter or 15th chapter when it speaks about sedition among men. You see, when I see situations like this and other situations that are linked to prophecy in the scriptures, I get excited, right? Because it places more validity in the scriptures, man. You see, all the things that we've been saying, starting with our apostles on down, have been coming true, and it's a faith booster, right? Detectives are hunting for two suspects. Blah, blah, blah. A top Spanish politician was shot in the face in Madrid in an apparent assassination attempt. Alejo Vidal Quadras Roca, the former head of Spain's People's Party in the Catalonia region, was ambushed by a gunman on a motorbike in a wealthy neighborhood in the Spanish capital. You see, I believe this was in broad daylight. So he was, these people are starting to have no fear because they're getting fed up with the policies of these politicians, man. And it's not going to stop. It's not going to stop at this situation here. This isn't going to be a single event. Former MEP Alejo Vidal Quadros Roca was shot in the face. This is a few more pictures of him. It says here he served as first vice president of the European Parliament from '04 to '07. Here's more pictures here. He didn't die. He still survived. He just got shot in the face. Alejo was rushed to the hospital after he was shot in the face in the neighborhood of Salamanca, whatever. Yeah, see, it says here he's alive. It says Alejo, who also served as an MEP and first vice president of the European Parliament, is said to be stable and conscious. Cops and paramedics were called to the neighborhood of Salamanca, in the center of Madrid, where Alejo lives. Shortly before 2 p.m., detectives are hunting for two suspects who were said to be waiting for Alejo and fled on a black Yamaha motorbike. You see? So this was, damn, these dudes, hey, so let me get that scripture real quick. Second Ezra's, I believe it might be 16. Let me check 16. Check 16. It could be 15. No. It's 15. Let me go back. Previous chapter 15. Here it is. I'll start at 14. Woe to the world. This whole chapter is bad, right? This whole chapter is good, full of prophecy. And this is a scripture that chapter we constantly go into because it's relevant right now, right? It says, Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another in swords in their hands, right? So part of prophecy or what's going to take place before the Lord returns is going to be total chaos. That's why it tells you in Luke 12:49, what if I come to bring fire on earth? What if it already be kindled? Right? So meaning there's going to be a lot of chaos happening. There will be some parts that will be safe, right? Because scriptures do speak about the days of Noah, where people were eating and drinking and living merry, right? But for the most part, it's going to be total chaos on the earth, man. And there's going to be a lot of suffering, and it's just going to escalate and escalate and escalate, right? So this is talking about a war between people. Right? We can see the racial wars and skirmishes brewing. It's going to be a class war, Basically, it's going to be one people against another, whether it be a racial issue or a financial issue or a class issue, right? Or a gender issue, you see? It's going to be all out war, right? That's why, and then it's going to get worse. That's why the scriptures speak about the love of many shall wax cold, Matthew 24, right? So look, if you call yourself a follower of I hate the name, who the world ignorantly refers to as Jesus, you should be concerned about the things that are going to take place before he comes. Is he clearly tells you. That's why it tells you in the scriptures, measure thou the time diligently in itself. So we got to know what's going to happen before he comes, right? If you call yourself a Christian or a follower of Jesus or whatever have you, right? The times that we're living in now, it's clear we're living in the last days, right? You got wars and rumors of wars. You see what's going on over there in the Middle East. The things over there with China and Taiwan, like all these skirmishes between these nations, they're not lightening up. They're just escalating, right? They're not de-escalating, they're escalating, right? Continuing on, now here's the point, verse 16. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. And the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So the course of their actions with these two dudes on a motorbike on a Yamaha, how did it say? It says the course of their actions shall stand in their power. So they hopped on, two of them hopped on a motorbike and shot this dude, this politician in the face. It wasn't a fatal shot. I mean, if you shoot somebody, I don't know how his aim is, but if you're shooting anywhere above the neck, you're trying to, that's not a love tap. You're not trying to send him a warning. He's trying to kill him. He's trying to take his life, man. It's understood that the politician was shot at point-blank range from just 2 meters away as he was walking to his car. Alejo suffered a single gunshot wound to the jaw. Witnesses reportedly described the attacker as a young, small man wearing jeans and a dark coat. They said the gunman jumped off the bike and shot Alejo at least once without removing his black helmet. Cops have cordoned off the area of the shooting, and no arrests were made. Right? So this is what's going to happen not only to the Spanish politician, but it's going to happen to all. This sedition, right? Let me go back to the word. Right? It says, "For there shall be sedition among men." If you go into the word sedition, what does it mean? It means an up. Matter of fact, let's get to it. Let's get it. I got an etymology dictionary right here. Let's look up the word. Let's look up the word sedition. Sedition right here. Sedition, mid-14th century. Sedition, rebellion, uprising, revolt. Factitious. Factitious, I believe. I might be saying it wrong. Commotion in the state. Concerted attempt to overthrow civil authority. Violent strife between factions. Civil or religious disorder. Riot. Rebelliousness against authority. You see? I mean, come on, man. That's a rebellion. This is another. This is what I mean when I say, when I see situations like this that validate the scriptures according to prophecy, I get excited, right? And more things like this are going to take place, right? And this was in Spain. You best believe it's going to happen over here too. It's going to happen everywhere, man. Okay? Witness reported this young, small man, dark coat. I think that's pretty much it. I'll leave this description in the I'll leave this article in the description box. Little one of you brothers and sisters were edified. To the next show, shalawam.